Hey everybody, this is Z-Town Train and this is just a basic dude vlog. Today's video is going to be part one of a series that we do, what's in Z-Town's bag of tricks. Now this pack, it's not what you would call a bug out bag, but I would grab it in any situation because it has stuff in it that I use and things that I might need, and it's thought out. I use this when we go hiking. We've used it, we did some really cool day walks up these trails to a waterfall up in Idaho. It was awesome. This bag has a bunch of stuff in it that you might need. It's got all kinds of stuff. But what we're gonna do is one video, one item per video for the Bag of Tricks videos. And the pack's great. One day we're gonna absolutely review the pack. And it's made by, I think it's called Red Rock Outdoors. I bought it on a whim in Idaho on a trip. And a lot of things that I get are things that I see and I think, oh, you know, I might need that. It's not impulse buying if you actually use it. That's what I think. But today, out of the very top pocket, what we're going to talk about is this. And this is a pair of cheap binoculars. Now, I know that it's probably smart to save your money and buy all quality items all the time. But this is a cheap gear channel. And so I review things that aren't super crazy expensive so that you can have a look at things and see if it's something you would want. Is it quality? Is it absolute junk? We've had some crazy stuff on my old videos in the past that were total garbage, and some things that were completely awesome for less than $5. These were less than $20, and for a pair of binoculars, that's pretty cheap. But I use them, and my kids use them, and they make like hiking more fun, or day trips more fun, or even a ride in the car more fun. Now, this thing is a kind of a faux leather pouch around these. These were, I think I bought them in Eastern Washington, and I bought them at an Army surplus store. I love those places. For me, an Army surplus store is like what an Ulta Beauty Products is for a lady that makes beauty videos, right? Someone that does their makeup videos. So that's what a surplus. I love going in them. If I see one, I go in it. I just like them. These are made by a company called Binolux. They're 10 by 25. They are rubberized. They have focus in and out with this right here in the center. And I really like this little pair of binoculars. I mean, dude, they're not anything to write home about per se, but Binolux made a really decent product. I've used these more than once. They have not broken, but I'm a kind of person that I put things away when it's something that I know I'm going to need later. That's how this pack has stayed together. There are some things like my backpack for work, my car. There are some things where I try and keep the stuff in the right space. I'm not a super organized person, but I try to know where the things that I need are going to be when I need them. So these are great. They're small. You move them in and out for where your eyes sit. And the thing about a pair of binoculars, right, is that there are a lot of situations where you could need a pair of binoculars. Just a car ride, if you could give them to your kids are going to have at least an hour's worth of use out of your binoculars. They're going to look at everything that you can see going down the road. It's going to be very interesting to them. When you're on a trip, you're on a hiking trip or a camping trip, it's fun to look at stuff. You can see things further away. It's interesting, right? There are also situations where they're good for looking down the road or down the driveway, or at Margie down the street who's putting up a sign that's outside of your HOA guidelines. I'm joking. I hate the HOA, but I'm being very serious in that they're handy. Now, I think Binolux did a pretty good job with these. I've never heard of the company before. I've never seen one of their products until I saw these, and I bought these on a whim, thinking the very thing that I'm talking about now. These would be great for this trip because we're hiking, and we went on there's a big driving trail up in the northern part of Idaho at a place called the Kootenai Game Reserve, and it is beautiful. It's a beautiful little 5-mile trek around a circle, and you know, my kids and I have seen things that we didn't need to go to a game reserve to see, right? We've seen that kind of stuff. We used to live in a place where elk would come almost right up to the back fence, you know, not that far away, a couple hundred yards up on the hill. They're you know, herds of elk. We see wild horses. We used to, you know, it's just the way it is. Very handy. This pair, these Binoluxes, like I said, rubberized, camouflage. They don't, you know, and they're not super expensive. They have this lanyard. The lanyard's not, it's not great, but it's good. You know, I think that, you know, if you had to use them over and over and you were spotting or something, they're not perfect for something like that. You know, they're small. The eye aperture is not very, like, huge. You know what I mean? Your field of vision isn't massive, but they're handy, and these are really inexpensive. There are so many uses you can get out of this. And I like to be creative in using things that seem to be like, oh, well, this is what goes in my bug out bag. Well, I have a ton of things in this bag that I just use. You know, if you don't use your stuff, like, okay, there's some things that I've absolutely left in the package. I have reams of paracord that I didn't take the packaging off of, because why? Like, I have paracord already out of the packaging. Why wouldn't I stick a brand new thing of paracord in my bag? Why wouldn't I stick, you know, brand new? It's like the same as like your first aid kit. Why wouldn't I fill it full of brand new Band-Aids I hadn't used before, right? So it doesn't hurt to have things in your bag that you haven't used if it's not, you know, you've already used the product before, right? These I've used. I think that they're great for the price. For less than 20 bucks, it's a really solid little set of binoculars. I don't know the company. I repeat myself a lot in these videos, don't I? That's interesting. I'm not trying to pad the time out. To be very straight with you, I don't do this for money or anything like that. I just like making videos about outdoor gear, and I like for other people to be able to see what my ideas are for a bag and what you could think about putting in a bag yourself, right? So binoculars, super handy. Maybe not absolutely the most important item in your bag, but they're very handy, and this set by Binolux is rubberized and pretty tough. They come with the fancy little thing, and I tend to put everything back away, and everything in my bag has a little spot, and everything goes back in its place. The reason that I do things that way is so that if I need it, I could find it in the dark, if I had to. If I needed, I could find anything in my bag I could find in the dark. I could put my hand into the right pocket and find batteries. I can put my hand into the right pocket and find matches. I could put my hand into the right pocket and find a knife. I could put my hand into the right pocket and find first aid in the dark. Like, that's what the important thing is to me, is to be able to have it when I need it, right? So binoculars, just a really cool idea for your bag, and I hope that everyone enjoyed this today. I enjoy making these videos. If you have any questions in the comments are cool. I don't ever plan on making $1 off of this. If I do, I would be amazed, but that's not why I do it. I do it because it's interesting to me, and I like making videos. Maybe I'm a narcissist, I don't know. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe it's psychological. Maybe everyone on YouTube wants attention. I have no idea. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Z-Town Train, just a basic dude vlog, and I am out of here. I'll see ya.